Hello, in this video we are going to be taking off this Hesacore, I don't actually know how you say it, this grip, and then putting it on a new paddle. So the video is going to be two parts. Number one, how to take this off, and obviously number two, how to put one of these Hesacore grips on a new pickleball paddle. Whether you just got a brand new grip or you're like me and you're reusing one from paddle to paddle. Really quick, here's what you'll need. Some of these are optional, some of these are not. Obviously, you'll need a grip and a paddle. I optionally suggest keeping these if you have a brand new grip come in. They come with each Hesacore. I'm just going to say Hesacore for the rest of the video. They come with the things. I recommend keeping them in case you ever want to swap it. If you don't have these little plastic strips, you could probably use a cereal box or some sort of really thin cardboard. Cut some little bitty strips. They don't have to be super long. They don't have to be super sturdy, but they do help for the initial phase of installing these. And last but not least, I recommend some overgrip. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Hand sanitizer. This mostly applies if you are recycling a grip from one paddle to another, but even for brand new grips, I recommend having a little bit of hand sanitizer. Bonus points if it's a little spray bottle, but mine is not. I'm just going to dab some of this on there and you'll see how much easier it makes it. First up, hopefully this will be insanely short and boring. Taking this off, I've seen two approaches. One is literally just rolling it off, peeling this top back and then starting to roll it off. You can see mine's actually a little sticky in here because there was residue. I've never actually done it completely off that way. I just kind of shimmy mine off. At some point you can literally just pull it off, but I start down at the bottom and just kind of get it over the edge. Pull it down a little bit, and mine was kind of sticky. You can see it's starting to like shimmy a little bit more, and this is actually, pull this, shimmy it, get this down. I like to be a little gentle just because I really don't want to rip it. Could probably be more forceful, but I don't want to do this. At some point, I remember this being a lot easier just to like, once you get past a certain threshold of this, it just like shimmies off, if that makes any sense. You know what? Let's just actually fold it over and pull it off. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's actually harder than the last one. I've done this 4 times. I have 3 of these grips, and I keep reusing them. And look at that. It's the perfect shape. Well, maybe. Next up, we just remove the default grip that came with this paddle, like this. Bam! Ooh, that was easy. So off camera, I'm going to spend about 3 or 4 minutes just using my fingernails to try and get some of this grip residue off. You don't have to be 100% perfect with this. It will still slide on. The grip will still slide on, but I do think it's a little bit easier, and I just don't want the grip to get sticky and stuck here if and when I have to take it off. So this is kind of up to you how much you do, but I just try and peel a little bit of that off. All right, so I'm actually going to switch the camera angle, and this is going to be really awkward, but I like to hold this paddle between my legs like this so I can use both hands and get a really good grip on it from the top. But just to spoil it for you, I'm going to be using hand sanitizer first over this, specifically like the bottom half of the paddle, just to make things easier, as well as lubing up the inside of the grip a little bit. I know. This is YouTube at its finest. So I'm going to grab some of this and just kind of put it on the bottom half of the handle. Yes, laugh all you want. This is awful. I'm going to try and dry my hands a little bit so I can get a grip on the Hesacore grip. So obviously you want to make sure that you're facing it the correct way. I try and bend these things down as much as possible, and at some point I grab the 2 sides, the bigger sides if you will, and just force it over, just like so. That's good, just like that. So at the moment, I actually highly recommend taking an extra minute or 2 right now before you slide this bad boy on anymore. You can even pull it off a little bit if you want, and make sure that everything is lined up. Slide the little things over. It's gonna make things a lot easier. Do this now before you start yanking it on all the way. Just making sure it's lined up. Does that make sense? Again, make sure you do some rotating, some twisting. Make sure the little plastic thing, one of my plastic things is like totally jacked at the moment. It's like really messed up. And I should have, okay. I'm actually, all right. Just trying to like scoot it over. Hopefully that'll come down straight when I come on here. So, all right, now let me finish this. For one thing, I recommend just taking a little bit of this. You can pour it straight down in there. That'd be really weird. I suggest getting a little bit on your hands and fingers and just rubbing the inside of this grip with a little bit of hand sanitizer. Just gonna make things a little easier, I promise. Even with these little plastic things in there, it will. And once you have that, you can also wipe down the actual thing, the handle, the paddle handle, if you will. Make sure that's nice and hand sanitized, if you will. Dry my hands a little bit. Just gonna wipe them on my shirt. And then do 2 sides at a time. So if you can see this, I don't know if you can or not, I'm actually gripping the grip itself, pulling down a little bit, and then I literally turn the paddle sideways and do the other side, just to kind of keep it straight, keep everything centered. If you need to, you can kind of wiggle it at the end here, just to make sure you're keeping things nice and straight. This looks pretty centered to me. I'm gonna do the same thing. If these start to come out a little bit, don't worry too much. You can actually push them back up in there a little bit sometimes. And if they just come out, if they come out all the way, that might be a problem. But if they start coming out, it's not a big deal. They're really long. So I'm gonna grab this again and pull down. Well, you can see that actually slid right down over the top of there. Before I finish this, I actually, again, I'm just gonna like keep twisting here. It's easier to do when it's halfway on. And then sure enough, I'm just gonna pull it all the way down. Right here. You can also slide this down a little bit. Keep pulling. Switch sides, if you will, side to side. Pull it down. Keep twisting it. And then I'm almost done. Boom. Just like that. Right? And pull it on. Leave a little bit of space here at the top. This was actually really easy to twist. Some of them have been a little bit more difficult, but this one, I think I actually used maybe a little bit too much hand sanitizer. But it's on there. I can see that it's lined up pretty well. Maybe I need to twist it over just a teeny tiny bit before I pull these out. All right, here's a little bit better look at kind of where I ended up. You can see this is straight aligned to that side of the paddle, and these are pretty well aligned right there. If you actually do this pretty quickly, while there is still hand sanitizer on the inside a little bit, once you pull these out, you can actually still rotate it quite a bit. As time goes on, even after several minutes, this thing gets harder and harder to rotate. Of course, that also depends on the paddle, how much residue on there, etc. So at this point, you just pull these out. I recommend gripping the other sides of this, just so this doesn't pull forward if it's loose enough. So wiggle this out. Oh, there it is, right there. That one actually worked really well. Let's do this other side. Just wiggle it. Boom, this one right here. This was the one that got like jacked up coming out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Come on, there we go. One more. And boom. So hold the grip in place while you do that, for sure. So it's pretty good. I recommend always, before you put your overgrip on, always hold it. Give it a few swings, like whatever grip you use, and make sure it feels good. I actually I did not do that for one of the times I put one of these on, and it was kind of off center, off skew a little bit. Even just like a couple of millimeters, you might be able to tell. It might feel a little weird. Could be because I was used to it in the correct spot, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So now we're done. And that's it. The Hesacore Grip.